Hello dear student, welcome back to our YouTube channel Educate Academy. I am Gautam sir. Today's our topic is for the class 12th Humanities chapter Political Science book 2 Challenges of Nation Building. In this video, after the watching this video, you will able to answerable some questions how the India Pak division, what is the two nation theory, and consequences of the India Pak division, and which of the create new states, and you also find out what was the problem faced by the new state as well as the princely state, or what was the main role of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in the unity of India. So you will get the answer after you watching this video. So let's start. In this video we will discuss first topic is our, that is the picture of when the most of the peoples of from the Pakistan and the Bharat, Hindus and Muslim in the Kolkata 1947 marked the end of communal violence by the jointing flying. तो उन्होंने क्या किया, both of the communities they jointing the flying, and this rare of the photograph capture the joy of freedom. First time the both of communities they celebrate the joy of freedom. So our topic is challenges of nation building. So do you know what is the challenge? Challenge is the problem, face, causes, many more things, challenges, and so which type of the challenges faced by our India? Nation means here it is the India means of nation. So India faces three challenges. So as you know, the we describe only three challenges, but India faces many challenges, and the main challenges faces by the India during the independence. First one is unity, and second one is three challenges. First one is unity, and second one is democracy, third one is shape of nation and development. So these are the three challenges. First challenge is unity. As you know, our India is a diverse country, so many of peoples here lives they belongs different religion, and they speak the different language, so that's why they will be not unite for the long time period. So first challenge is that we should separate them, we should unite them. So for the unite, the main role of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, so he is the unique and the Iron Man, also known as Iron Man, a statue of unity. So he is the main role of to shape a nation. And second, after the fulfill the first challenges, the India faces second challenge. What is this? Second challenge is the very critical, but it also the done by the help of a democracy. Second challenge is democracy is the our main challenge of second. So Indian constitution you have, but constitution granted the fundamental rights and extended the rights to the vote every citizens. So Indian constitution granted a fundamental rights. It means that the constitution provide to their citizens to the fundamental rights, they can elect their representative. So that is the second challenge is also the fulfill, and the all the government that will be make by the chosen government of peoples. And third challenge is major challenge and the critical challenge. In this challenge we will discuss, our topic is third challenge is development. What is development? So what is development? What is the third challenges? So third challenge is the development. In a development, many of the Indians and the politicians they decided we will better for the whole communities, like lower classes to upper class. That is the main aim on that time. So that is the main challenge of the third challenge is of development. The constitution also set up the directive principle, a state policy and welfare goals, and democratic politics must be achieved. This the help of the peoples. They also provide the better economic service, as well as they also educations, as well as they also fulfill the years of needs. So these are the three challenge. Uh, if the question will asking that what was the main challenges of the faced by the India, so you have to mention there were the India faces the many challenges, like first one is unity. In a unity, the main role of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, that was a must. And second one is the democracy. Our constitution granted the fundamental rights, as well as the people can elect their government on self. So that is the democracy challenges. And third one is, you also know that we already discussed a few minutes ago, a development. So development means that the all round development no will be denied. Lower class or the minorities peoples all of them the same for the development. So these are the three challenges of us, challenges of nation building. After the national building, on that time, India got republic. So they released the some stamps. Three stamps were the issued 1950s to mark of the first Republic Day. So this is here it is. It shows the India's development on that time. So here is some writers, they felt that that is a very bad, the our Bharat is separate from the two religions groups. So Faz Ahmad Faz, that was the name of the famous poet, and the series they belongs to the Sialkot Faz Ahmad Faz, that present in the present time in Pakistan. His books and many of the ghazals were famous right now. Also on that time is also was active. So his poet and ghazal is Dast e Saba and Jinda Nama, Naqs ne Faryadi. He is the his poetry of Naqs ne Faryadi, Dast Jinda Nama. So uh, your if in your exam asking the whose poetry is of the Daste Sabah and Jinda Nama, you have to mention that Faz Ahmad Faz. He was the very special in the ghazal. Faz Ahmad Faz. One of the another poetry of Indians, that name is Amrita Pritam. Amrita Pritam, also the author of, also the got the Padma Shri and Janpith Award. Partisan, she made Delhi her second home, and she editing Nagmani, Punjab Monthly magazine. She edited the Nagmani. So if the CUT exam asking the what or who is the editing of the Nagmani, so you have to already mention them the Amrita Pritam. She wrote, she editing the Nagmani. Partisan and displacement of rehabilitation. Partisan. So a time 14th August, that was the time. On that time, most of the Muslim leaders as well as the Hindus, they decided to separate our nation. On the 15th of August 1947, not one but two nation states same came into existence, India and Pakistan. This was a result of the partition division of the British India into India and Pakistan. The drawing of the border, dramatical and territory of each country mark the culminations of the political development that you have to read and the history of tax. In a most of the state, so this is the partition decided on the behalf of the in the particular areas how many of the religions they belongs, that is also that place also known as that if the majority of the in a particular place of the Hindus, suppose that in the particular place most of the peoples they live in the Hindu, so that is also known as India. In the particular place these types of the this is also known as Pakistan. So there was the problem is that Pakistan majority of the peoples they lives across the India, many parts, like if we talk about to the in the west of Bengal, so that Pakistan was the also known as before the 1917 71 Eastern Pakistan, and the also the second Pakistan is the Western Pakistan. So Muslim leagues they demanded the two nation theory. So what is two nation theory, beta? Two nation theory for the Muslim and communities they decided they separate their countries for the Muslims. So most of the senior leader decided, and after that two nation theory means advance of the Muslim League and the consist not two nation advance Muslim League advance the consist not one but two peoples, Hindus and Muslims. That is why it demanded the Pakistan separate country for the Muslim. So two nation theory, and that why that demanding for the Muslim separate countries. So that is the two nation theory. So process of the partition. What is the process? So process of the partition is it was decided that what was till then now as India would be divided into two countries, India and Pakistan. Such division was not only the very painful but also the very difficult process of the partition. So we will know that the one by one. First one is first, there was no single belt of Muslim majority areas in the British India. There were the two areas of the concentration, one in the west and one in the east. So majority of the Muslim areas, that was the two place. One place is located in the western side and second one is places in the eastern side. So eastern side is a majority of place that is also known as the Eastern Pakistan and Western Pakistan. So that was the first challenges process partitions of the India and Pakistan, and second one is second process. Not all Muslim majority areas wanted to be in Pakistan. Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, the undisputed leader of the North Frontier Provision. If question is asking who was the Frontier Gandhi, so you have to mention there the Frontier Gandhi is also known as Abdul Ghaffar Khan. So third problem was two of the Muslim majority provinces, British India, Punjab and Bengal, had very large area where the non-Muslim were the in majority. So most of the peoples here in a majority Punjab and Bengal, and non-Muslim were the majority. Eventually, it would decided that these two provisions would be blockaded, and according to the religious majority. So, on the midnight of the 14th or 15th August, India's partition decided on the fourth of the challenge and intractable all of the problems partition. This was a problem of minorities. So, where the minorities will go on that time? So that was the challenges faced by the India and Pakistan process of the division and consequences of the parties. So you know what is the consequences? Consequences means after the partition, what was the result comes out. So partition result is that most of the Muslim peoples they never went to the Muslim areas, and the Muslim peoples they never went to the Hindus areas. Most of the peoples and the table fans and the most of things they divided into the two parts, and the typewriter fan and thousands of the women were the advocated, and both side and the border they were the made to convert the religion of the forced to marriage. Most of the women to forced to marriage and the change the religion. In the many cases women were the family member to preserve the family honor separate thereof parents. Most of the family honor they separated from their parents. Those who did not border found they had no home for the lax refugee, they also known as the refugee. Writer, poeters, filmmaker in the India and Pakistan have expressed the ruthlessness of the killing, suffering of the displacement and the violence, the novel. So this is the partition, consequences of the partition. Now that is a movie of Garm Hawa. That was a very interesting movie. That was the first picture of when was the first Prime Minister of India, uh, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. The addresses at Red Fort. His address is also known as the Treat with Destiny, Bhagyavadu in a Hindi. So now come to the next point. Integration of princely state. After the India Pak division, main problem was faced by a princely state. So who were the princely? Princely, who were princely? British India was divided into what were are called the British Indian provinces, a princely state. So ब्रिटिश इंडिया वॉज डिवाइडेड इनटू व्हाट एवर कॉल्ड, जो ब्रिटिश इंडिया ने जो डिवाइड किया था दैट इज ऑल्सो नॉन एज द प्रोविजंस प्रिंसले स्टेट. द ब्रिटिश इंडियन प्रोविजंस वर द डायरेक्टली अंडर द कंट्रोल ऑफ ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट. इट इज द कंट्रोल ऑफ British government. On the other hand, several of the large small state ruled by the princes or called to the princely state. They enjoy some of the firm control over the internal affair of the long except of the British. supremacy. This was called to the permanency of the. So he has a right. He has the more than facilities to the common peoples. So because British government decided that, and the much more of the rajas and the kings, and what was the problem after the division of India Pak and the British went went. After that, the main problem was faced by the princely estate. So where did princely merge with which countries? So major challenges is that princely estate where they will be merged. So on that time, our total number of the princely estate is 556, 65, 565 princely estate member, like the five member of the Junagadh, Hyderabad, Jammu Kashmir, Manipur. These are the princely estate. If Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, if they didn't to unite the nation, so our country is divided into the 565 small groups of apart. So main role of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel to emerge the princely state, you can also see here. That is the picture of princely estate, where that is a dark place. It is also known as the princely estate, Hyderabad, Mysore, and we can call them the Gwalior, Gujarat, and Ajmer, and the Rajputanas areas. These are the place of the princely estate, where the ruled by the princes. What was the government approach? And the interim government took the firm stance against the possible division of the India into the small participant different size, and the Muslim League opposed to the Indian National Congress. So most of the princely state, Saurashtra region and Gujarat had the foreign state, 119 small states, and numerous other state and different administrations. The government approaches was the guided three constitutions of the firstly, people of the most of the princely state clearly wanted to become part of India Union. First, क्या दिया गया? First, they become a part of Indian Union. Second, the government was prepared, the flexible, giving the autonomy of some religion. The idea was accommodate plurality of adopt. Third one is backdrop of participant, which brought to into the focus contest over the dramatization of the territory. So these are the problem. Most of the princely estate merged with the India, or they sign on the agreement, that is also known as instrument of accession. Here is the picture. Hyderabad of Nizam. Here is the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. So who signed with the, that is the princely state government, and the Nizam was the prince of the Hyderabad. He is also army. His all army paramilitary force is also known as the Razakar. They were very powerful military in a Hyderabad government. He followed the all argument of the Nizam. Manipur is the first state where the first held the elections of the universal adult franchise, also known as Manipur's kings of the Maharaja. Both Chandra Singh also signed the instrument of accession. They agreed. That is the picture. Some of the Indian leader Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Here it is the Both Chand. They agree with the integration with the India. What is the state reorganization? But a state reorganization is that the process of the nation building did not come to end, and partition integration of princely state. Now the challenge was to draw the internal boundaries Indian state. This was the not just of the matter of the administrative division, that is the that the boundaries had drawn in the way to solve the linguistic cultural plurality, and the country could be reflected. During the colonial rule, the state boundaries were the drawn either of the administrative convention of the simply conceded and with the territories annexed, and the British government the territories ruled by the princely power. Our national movement and the rejected this of the division artificial had promised linguistic principle. Most of the new state they created on the behalf of language. The in a Nagpur session of Congress 1920 principle was recognized the basis of the reorganization of the Indian National Congress on the behalf of language. So, the state reorganization established in 1953, they create the new state on the behalf of language, and they also solve the dispute between the two states of the conflict. Also, they set up the boundaries. That was a function of the state reorganization. So, that chapter is finished. Today's last topic is finished also. So in this chapter we discuss about that what was the process of partition of India and Pakistan, and causes, you can call them to the causes and process, the three or four process, and also the consequences. We also discussed many more peoples and separated from their families, and the women's forced to marriage, and most of the peoples they live in the shelter known as the refugee. That is the consequences. And also we also discussed that the two nation theory, the Muslim majority of peoples they separate for the Muslim place, it is also known as the Pakistan. And we already discussed about that the problem faces by the princely state, and main role of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel to unite them. And last topic is a state reorganization. I hope you understand. These are the states, and they built according to the state reorganization policies. I hope you enjoy a lot of in this topic, and I hope if you have any doubt according to the dear topic, and you can ask me. There are the six number of questions, what was the main role of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel to unite the nation. First question, and second question is the major challenges faces by the India. You have also the three challenges. You also mentioned the third question is that, and what is the process of the partition of India and Pakistan. You can also describe it. And next question is the short question is two nation theory. You can also read out, and you don't forget the MCQ's question and the Naqsh ne Faryadi, Daste Saba, the poetry of Faiz Ahmed Faiz, and the editing of the Nagmani, as also the writer of Amrita Pritam, and the Frontier Gandhis Abdul Ghaffar Khan, and India Pak division on the 14th of August 15th August 1947. On first day of the independence, the Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru addressed on the Red Fort. That address also known as the Trees with Destiny. So these are the important questions that helped you in your exams. So I hope you will enjoy the lot of things and understand the lot of topic. So we will meet you in the next video. So keep support and keep like and the shares. Thank you so much, bacho.